Let's hope that's recording. Hello. Alright, let's talk about the elephant in the room that is this movie, Napoleon 2023, directed by Ridley Scott, and starring Joaquin Phoenix and Vanessa Kirby. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? I made my reaction to this the night I watched it, but I had the microphone like on my neck, so I didn't think the audio was very good. But let's just jump straight into it. It was pretty bland, to say the least. Yeah, you just come out of the movie theater like, okay, and like you start asking yourself, what was the point of this movie? And you're left speechless because I can't really find a point in this movie. Let's start off with one of the big reasons this movie sucks, and that is that Emperor Alexander looks like Justin Bieber. I mean, he does. I don't know. He just gave me Justin Bieber vibes the entire time. But yeah, you didn't relate to any of the characters, in my opinion, especially Napoleon. I think Joaquin Phoenix um he did an okay job, but you felt no charisma whatsoever in his performance. He just felt like grumpy all the time. You didn't get that like oomph, and it's like, bro, what? But yeah, the synopsis on like IMDb reads the relationship between Napoleon and Josephine, and then it shows his rise and fall from power. And on those two aspects, I think it failed. Cause Napoleon and Josephine in this movie, they got no chemistry whatsoever, man. Uh, I don't see the chemistry. It's just like two sandbags talking to each other the entire time. Like they're giggling and shit, but I don't know. I got nothing from it. It was like two strangers talking to each other. Yeah, and on that regard, it fails because it's not really a romance story, in in the traditional sense. And then on his rise and fall, I think it fails on that aspect too, because you don't you see him rise, but you don't get that like ambition that he has of wanting more. If you know what I mean, like I'm gonna compare it to like another like rise and fall story, Breaking Bad, because you see the development of that character. You see the development of Walter White, like slowly turning into a fucking drug lord. And with this, you just he just gets promoted because you see Toulon, and then you see when he defends I believe they were in Paris and there was like a royalist mob, and you see him defend that, but then you just jump straight into Egypt, and you're there for like 5 minutes, so you really don't see much of that, and then it just jumps straight into the coup because he just wants to do a coup now, because why not? Yeah, no linear structure. They kept like jumping back and forth, not jumping back and forth, but just jumping forward, like just skipping a bunch of years and shit. Because Toulon happens in '93, and he's in Egypt in like '99. So there's like fuck it, whatever. Who cares? But yeah, and time passes like that in a matter of seconds, so you don't really feel that it's been a long time. But even though you're in the movie theater just falling asleep, because I was the only one in the movie theater. There was like four other people. It was a late showing, but this isn't gonna make some Avengers Endgame money. What else? I hated the ending. I thought the ending was fucking trash. Because the ending is just this. That's all you get. He just fucking falls over. And then it puts on text like his final words. And his final word was Josephine. And if it was to be like this romantic, toxic relationship between him and his first wife, I think it would have been better if the movie ended with him saying those last words. But you just get him falling over. That's all you get. Trash. I wanted to see more scenes of him and his marshals. Cause yeah, like besides him and Josephine, no one really else gets a chance to shine. You get a little bit of Talleyrand. I thought the actor who played him was doing pretty good, cause you could just feel his like this guy was like just a bad guy. Like he had like this shady part of himself. Like even those brief little moments, you could just tell he was only looking out for himself. What else? But yeah, like he talked to Ney like a couple times. Like I wish we had more scenes with his marshals because it really was a group effort. Him and his battles, you know. I liked their bickering back and forth, you know, like reading those history books and watching the videos of his marshals. And I wish that would have made for a lot of conflict, especially when it leads up to 1814 where he has to abdicate because he's been with these guys for so long and then they suddenly turn on him. I think that would have been good for something. Because, yeah, after the withdrawal of Russia, they just jump straight into him abdicating. It's like, it's fucking trash. Um, yeah, like the side characters are pretty trash. Like I'd hate to compare this movie to Waterloo, but it's a Napoleon movie. Like I'm gonna. But yeah, even Wellington, like I like the portrayal they did in the movie Waterloo. I thought that actor was he was a bit like cocky. Like a scene that comes to mind is him like falling asleep reading the newspaper. And like one of his generals asks him what's the plan, and he's like, the plan is to beat the French, like something like that. And then we just get this fucking old guy in this movie who says a similar line like in that old movie, and yeah, it just fails the moment he starts speaking. Um, you get no arc either, like you don't you don't get that satisfaction of him. I don't know, like yeah, you just get no arc. He just rise and falls. But you don't feel like he learned anything. I mean, I guess he learned. I don't fucking know, man. I'm making up this shit as it goes along. But yeah, because in the movie Desiree, that's another Napoleon movie, there is an arc. Because in the end, like, he's, in that final moment, he's kind of reflecting on what he's done and all this stuff. And then he accepts defeat and surrenders to the Allies by the end of that movie. But yeah, something like that, because it's a movie. Like a character's supposed to learn something at the end of it. Whatever. I guess I expected too much from Ridley Scott, who made, you know, Aliens. Not Aliens, the first Alien, Gladiator. But whatever. But yeah, no relatability, you know. And there should be relatability in this movie. Because it's basically a rags to riches. It's a rise and fall. You know. It's about this soldier who comes, like, from minor nobility to becoming a fucking emperor, you know. You should, I guess, relate or be inspired by that story because he did rise through the ranks through his own ability. So I don't know. I feel like every person should be able to relate to this. Um, for some reason I felt there was like low budget stuff in this movie. Cause I feel like they lacked extras. I mean, they were probably filming this during the pandemic, so I guess that does make sense. But in some scenes, like his coronation, I spotted like at least 30 people in that fucking scene. I'm pretty sure there was like a couple hundred at his coronation, but that might be just be nitpicking. And then when he's returning from exile and he's confronting the soldiers who are about to shoot him and arrest him. Yeah, there was like 30 people, 40 people in that scene. I'm like, these are fucking armies, man. This isn't just a group of group of a couple soldiers. Like, but what? I guess that's just small nitpicking. But yeah, those scenes, I was just like, bro, did they? Like, I guess they ran out of budget by that time. But yeah, and like I said, I read the synopsis and it said it's about him and his ex-wife, and then it leads into his rise and fall, and even because if you did watch the trailer, you'd notice the battle scenes, and that's pretty much all the battle scenes you're gonna get on that trailer. Because they show Toulon, which I thought that opening was pretty good, because he is a young officer at that moment, and Joaquin Phoenix did portray him, in that first scene, like he's very nervous and timid if it's gonna work or not, and I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, you get Toulon, and then you get when he's the whiff of grape shot when he's like, um, getting that royalist mob in Paris, and they just jump straight into Egypt, and you don't even see the battle of the pyramids. He just shoots the pyramids and you call it a day. Yeah, you get no Italy. I thought Italy. I would have preferred Italy than Egypt. Because if you're gonna do Egypt, like you're gonna, I don't know, because you just show the pyramids and that's it. In Italy, I think you would have, because that's when he's in command for the first time of a actual army, and that's when you get the victories and shit. That's where he's gaining more of his confidence. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other battles. No Marengo. You get Austerlitz. You don't get Friedland. You get Borodino, but then again, it's just a fucking snapshot. Like it's just 5 seconds, and then boom, you're done. You get no Leipzig. That's because if you're gonna show a battle, at least show it in its entirety. I mean, they do Waterloo, but you kind of have to do Waterloo. It's the most famous one. But then again, like you just feel nothing. The movie Waterloo did it best in my regard. Yeah, I'm holding out hope for this 4 hour version, but I heard there's just gonna be more scenes of Josephine. I mean, the actress did a fine job, but bro, the movie's called Napoleon. Like, I think Napoleon is yeah, like he's a more interesting character than Josephine, in my opinion. And the fact that they focus so heavily on her, I mean, she is very important to him, but at the same time, it's like, as an audience member, who do I want to see more, And it's got to be Napoleon. I will, but yeah, overall, I want to say Oppenheimer was better, and there was no action scenes in Oppenheimer, so I don't know how that makes sense. But yeah, you just feel every performance in that movie in Oppenheimer. You feel Robert Downey Jr., all those other performances. Everybody does a really great job. And in this one, I mean, Joaquin Phoenix has a couple jokes. I mean, that's something. But yeah, I don't recommend this movie if you're not into history, because you're gonna be lost as fuck, man. You're gonna be so confused as to what's happening. Oh fuck, my bad. But yeah, you're gonna be confused. Yeah, I don't recommend it if you don't like history. Yeah, I really don't know who I'd recommend this to. If you're a history buff, yeah, because some of the scenes, although they're not historically accurate, are still pretty fun to watch. Like that Battle of Austerlitz. It was pretty cool. I still thought it was pretty short. Um, but yeah, my favorite Napoleon movie is Waterloo, by far, because you just feel the actor who plays him. I forget his name, but he does just a really great job of showing Napoleon's desperation at like trying to hold on to his empire and just seeing it fail when he loses the Battle of Waterloo. But yeah, him just trying to secure peace throughout that entire movie, that was excellent. Um, yeah, in the movie Waterloo, every actor was great in that movie. I liked his relationship with Ney, that back and forth shit. I thought that was awesome. I just wanted some of that stuff in this new movie. I think I just hyped it up, but but yeah, I hear they are gonna make a Napoleon like a. It's gonna be like an HBO series. I think that's gonna be better suited to the material because this story is long and complex, and it deserves yeah, it deserves because it's long. I don't think like a 2 hour and a half movie is gonna really satisfy anybody. So I think that's better suited for the material. But yeah, cause yeah, I'd like to see more of his stuff when he was in school, and then him being broke and shit, and then his rise from lieutenant to captain, all that shit. But yeah, what a fucking letdown, man. Like I thought this movie was gonna be great, but you win some, you lose some. At least Oppenheimer was good. Like that proves history movies can be good, you know. But yeah, I don't know what to do now. I'm reading my Napoleon book. And that's pretty good. But yeah. Overall, I give this movie. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't good. So yeah, a 5 out of 10. I did like some of the little stuff Joaquin Phoenix did, like the pulling of ears, because Napoleon was prone to do that, and I liked the little jokes he made too, even though I was the only one laughing in the theater. But yeah. Catch you guys later. Also, happy Thanksgiving.